Fuck. Saki's brother, old lady, young mother. Two-turd
He
student.
doesn't have a real name. It's just Saki's brother.
And it's Thursday, so
And that's how you
Who-
refer to him too.
so who the hell's available?
That's how you refer to him. Just, hey, Saki's brother. And he's like, I have a name. And you're like, yeah, whatever, Saki's brother.
Fuck you, Saki's brother. Your sister's dead.
Your sister's dead, and she curbed my best friend.
Who I don't like and I beat the shit out of. Such a pretty song.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Don't go to this. Never play soccer again. Soccer's for weeaboos. Probably.
Is it?
I don't know. Have you guys ever watched the episodes
I've watched a few.
Of what?
of
this?
Persona
Not
4?
like full
No.
parts, but like
Mm.
a few.
Every single time you walk past that empty green thing in the hallway, I put Nostalgia Critic on it.
I remember seeing one of them as that, and I thought it was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I do that every single time, unless it's like the evening, because it doesn't really work as a green screen in the evening. It's like more of a brown color.
Oh, he's got a
'Cause of the
purple
light.
shirt on.
Kanji, that's girly. You're a man. You're not supposed to do girly things.
The other day, I went to visit Dad's grave.
You know, real talk. What Nostalgia Critic like actually confronted you about that?
First time I went.
Well, Nostalgia Critic can take a joke, is what we've learned
Tell him.
over the last
Kenny?
few months. Yeah,
Kenny?
yeah. Do you not know about the whole Oni Plays thing?
No.
Linkara threw a fit and Doug Walker laughed.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, Doug acknowledged. They both acknowledged Oni Plays, and Linkara was not a good sport about it. Doug Walker was a very good sport about it.
What? Well, okay, so why did Linkara care?
I think in Lewis's defense, although I don't really like Lewis that much, but nothing personal. It's just I don't think you can make fun of other people and then take yourself that seriously. But I don't even think he's watched Oni Plays. I think it's like Oni's fans come and quote him and it annoys him, and I do think that would be annoying in his defense. But
I mean, then don't be quotable.
yeah, but also you know, like that at the most basic way of looking at that is karma, Lewis. And Doug even acknowledged that, because he was both like asked about it during a Q&A, and he said, "Oh yeah, Oni, yeah, it's funny, I like it." But then it also came up in an interview that he did with someone, and he said, like, I would be the biggest hypocrite if I got upset about those jokes, since it's my job to make fun of other people's work. So like, yeah, okay, you can say whatever you want about the man. That's a good way to look at it.
I mean, to be honest, I can't say shit because right now, my channel right now is mainly comic book shit. So like, you know, I don't want to like say shit, but I don't really see why Lewis would care.
He shouldn't. Yeah,
It's
Lewis,
actually, it's nice that he's even acknowledged in general.
But
you
Lewis
know?
is like, not only has Lewis like made fun of people, but he's taken direct jabs at people too.
True, but
Like he's like
my point is that
legitimately like he didn't just make fun of Red Letter Media. He insulted them and called them awful people in this video, and it's just like, yeah, that's worse than making a joke about someone.
well, like I'm saying though, is that like at least Lewis is known, you know, so he's known to be made, like he's known and people can make fun of him. At least
Yeah.
he's there, you know.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't hate, like, it's not like I hate Lewis or anything. I don't think someone not being a good sport is not a good reason to hate someone, but that does make me enjoy him a lot less.
I kind of got sick of his content because you can only do bad comic books for so long.
It is annoying to see someone make fun of something and not being willing to be made fun of.
Another thing that's annoying is that he's one of those people that like there's like every comic book's bad to him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like it feels like a person that doesn't like the medium reviewing shit, because like even the episodes he likes, he's like, yeah, well, it has this shit, and I'm like, can you just like something?
Yeah,
It'd be cool if you just liked something. Yeah, it's flawed, but like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. I I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's like this awful, horrible person, but I'm not a
Oh
fan of
no,
him.
he's super nice when you
Mhm.
meet him, and if you meet him in person.
Yeah. And I think Doug's controversy is worse than his. Don't get me wrong, but if I had to have a conversation with one of them, I would pick Doug.
Well, you're in luck because at Too Many Games you can talk to Chumley.
Chumley. I don't know if I want to go up to Doug at all. I'm like nervous to do that.
You should do it. I'll go with you. I'll hold your hand.
Yeah, hold my hand, please.
Yeah.
I joke about him I do like Doug, and I honestly I liked Linkara fine too. I like a lot of the Channel Awesome people, but Lewis just annoys me a little bit these days. I don't know.
Senpai.
I would so love it if Doug, like, I'd love it if he just acknowledged your shit.
That'd be funny, but he
It'd
won't.
be like, he won't. Oh no, he definitely won't. But it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be funny
Well,
if he like, looked at you, Michael, and said, "Oh, you're the one," and then like bites your neck off.
No, he just looks at you and
Damn it.
he looks at you and goes like, "You're the Waluigi show guy."
I would be flattered. Doug would be like the one person I'd be flattered mentioning that show.
You know, actually, so I had a stupid idea. And I know that we talked about this, but if we're ever in the same place where we're able to meet Will, I think we should have him roasting our shit,
Oh
like
yeah.
our content,
Oh, we
for how
definitely
much
should.
for how much shit we give his stuff. I think
I do try to be nice when I talk about Will, but I can't deny that we like make jokes.
Oh
We
no, I think it'd
we've
only
definitely
be
given
fair.
him shit. Yeah, no, for sure.
I think it'd be fair because, like, I mean, to be honest, I quit the whole show thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with the Mario stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think it's fair game for him to roast whatever I do now.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone's fair game.
It is, but like, I feel like it's more deserved for him than anyone else right now.
Like roasting you having a child. To what extent?
He roasts Milo.
Thought about it.
Not Milo.
You're
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
you. Conceive it, like getting conceived. He's there in the room. He's like, nah, Chris, you're not doing it right.
Why my mind just went blank when I heard
He-
that Konami.
He sticks me in the oven and actually roasts me.
I was tired of being an idol,
I was thinking of something deeper, but all right.
so I shouldn't have had any.
No,
Uh,
I was bringing up the fact that like I don't do I mean, I still do shit technically. I just don't do
You
the
do
Mario
shit.
thing anymore.
You
Yeah.
do shit, but it's different. It's not necessarily YouTube. Although I know you guys are getting back into YouTube. Olivia's definitely back into YouTube.
Yeah, the thing is that we both edit that and
Oh,
write
yeah.
it. So
Gotcha.
it's a double effort.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you're both back then. Olivia's just
Yeah.
the host of that one. You're gonna be the host of Nostalgia Goggles.
Yeah, if I ever
Um,
fucking decide what episode to do.
Heck, it's just take your time, you'll get to it when you can. I definitely understand taking a while to get something done.
I've been trying to become how I wanted to be.
You just gotta work on the stuff you want to work on. I mean, you do need, okay, honestly, to see results, you do have to force yourself to do some work. That always has to happen. But
It's like
you do need
be-
to have an interest in seeing the final product come out. That always has to stay alive.
to be fair here, and I hate to be this guy that keeps using my child as an excuse, but like, it's really
fair-
hard to want to. It's really hard to want to do something after you've like spent the day with a whole ass being in your house.
Dude, no, it's a good excuse. I don't think anyone would give you grief for that.
Stuart,
And plus, you guys have had results. You have uploaded videos.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Chris.
With my situation, I ought to be able to upload. I ought to be able to upload stuff a lot more frequently. My problem is I want to do like 20 projects, and I don't want to drop any of them, so I do them simultaneously. A week ago, I wrote a new episode of fucking Tamagotchi World.
dope. Release it.
You can read the script was shared if you want to read it. I can send you a link.
Yeah, we can upload.
I made it
on
really-
we can upload it on YouTube, and it's just one big
Sure.
script.
Stuart, Stuart, you have a small part in it, Stuart, as Brian Griffin.
Ooh, really?
I don't know if I'll actually make it or not, but I wrote it because I wanted to write it. And I don't know if even if I did make it, I don't know if there'd be another one after that one, but I had an idea and I was like, I want to write this. But that's
Yeah.
my problem. I need to be working on fucking Nelman, or I need to be working on Persona 4, or I need to be working on Beakles, or I need to be working on Mako and Zatch, or there's just too many fucking things I pile up.
Yeah, I'm just with well, I mean, I have other stuff that's professional stuff that's being done.
Oh, same.
But like my YouTube existence is very much like, yeah, I want to do it, but like I sent you the title card for my new episodes that's supposed to come out soon.
If it was my full-time job to sit down and work on YouTube stuff, I would get a video out every single day. Because I would wake up and start, at the very least, I would start editing Persona. I'd spend my first 2 to 3 hours of my day editing Persona before getting anything else if YouTube was my job. So I would, Persona would come out every day.
Yeah, if YouTube was my job, I wouldn't be able to promise weekly, like daily uploads, unfortunately.
I wouldn't be able to promise like high quality, like the really highly edited ones, but Persona 4, I could do an episode a day. And
that means like and subscribe.
I just looked up the Fox. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, let's not.
Goodbye the Fox.
It's just the thing is with what I want to do is I don't like. I've come to terms that I want to do like 500 different shows.
Yeah.
But the passion isn't there.
Yeah.
And because like I was gonna do a nostalgia goggles for TV and for movies.
Oh, mama.
Nice.
But yeah, I just don't give a shit about TV and movies to that degree of asking if they still hold up today, because it just doesn't fucking matter to me.
I think the one thing you do definitely need to accept when making videos is if something interests you and you want to make a video on it, even if it's outside of your territory, you got to be okay with switching over for a little while.
Yeah, it's just the problem is if I don't have a passion for it, I don't want to
for sure.
it.
Yeah, never force anything.
Yeah, and then I don't want to get caught into that trap of if it's successful, that I have to keep fucking going,
Yeah.
Because I'm a whore like that, so.
I think if it was my full-time job, I could get Mako and Zatch out weekly, like a new episode every week.
Isn't that kind of more up to Zach, though?
Sorry, no.
Zatch.
No, not really. Just because like Persona, that's Mako and Friends. I count it as the same series, but
okay.
I just changed the name. The show is Mako and Zatch, but if Zach isn't, I decided that Zach doesn't have to be in every episode.
Well, Persona is more like God Emperor Stuart and his fucking lackeys.
Yeah. Well, when this one
I
comes
love how
out,
you agreed with that.
Well, when this one comes out, it's not going to be Mako and Friends because Stuart is the one playing the game, so that wouldn't be fair. It might be Mako and Stuart.
Stuart and Mako.
Mako and Stuart just rolls off the tongue better, though.
Stuart and Mako is more supreme, manly.
Mako, Stuart, and Crass, because Chris is pretty important.
Women fucking faint as soon as they hear that. Men weep tears of joy. Boys become men.
Amori's also going to be Mako and Stuart because that one was exclusively me and you. But then with something like Sonic Adventure, Chris pointed out it's literally a rotating cast. So I just called it Mako and Friends. Chris was the only one who was there for the whole thing, although even Chris was absent during
I dropped out.
Small parts, but you were in every single part is the deep bottom line. You just tapped out at the end of some of them.
If we do another Sonic video, I'll be in it every episode.
I think Stuart's going to do Adventure too.
Are we doing that?
Yeah, I streamed it, but I wasn't going to take the stream, make it into episodes. I just felt like playing it on stream.
We'll do Adventure 2, and then we'll do Adventure 2 again later, and then we'll keep doing it until the end of time.
We'll do Adventure 3.
Well, yeah, it will be my third adventure. If once you play it, that'll be my third run around with the game online, because me and Brent did a Let's Play of it a few years ago. And then I did my live stream of it, and now I'm going to do it again with Stuart as the host.
Okay, Stuart. All right, so if you're going to be the host of that one, can I get 06?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't
Hell
think
yeah.
anyone's gonna fight you for 06.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I've only played 06 multiplayer
I humbly apologize for the
Sorry,
I
how the
really
fuck
wanna-
did you do that?
because I was at a sleepover and I didn't sleep during the sleepover, so I was passing
Uh.
out a lot and was
Did
fucking
you have
hilarious.
Did you have as much fun as Jesse Pinkman did playing Sonic 06?
Oh yeah, I did. I remember one time I was there. I fell asleep and I woke up with pepperoni in my mouth.
You know what's so funny about that?
What?
Like, that episode came out years after 06 came out, and I think it was to do a promo for Sonic. But I think since the show all takes place within the course of a year, they couldn't pick a modern game, so they just went with fucking 06. That's my theory, at least.
My master wanted Naoto-sama to
I think,
the joy she felt in days
so-
past.
I'm completely wrong, but as a younger gamer, I actually enjoyed Sonic 06.
Regardless of her heritage or gender,
I hated it, but I thought it was because the game was too hard. When I played it as a kid, I hated it, but I was like, I couldn't accept the fact that it was a bad game. I was like, oh, I'm just really bad at this game, and it's making me mad that I'm not better at it. And then I learned that there was like, yeah, no one is good at Sonic 06.
I don't know, I wasn't... I was pretty decent at 06. I didn't come across any problems until, like, the end of the game.
Some of them weren't even bugs, though. Some of them were just bad design choices. In the first beach level, it ends with, like, a run-in segment where the camera's in front of you and you can't see what's coming at you. But if you hit anything, you're dead. And even to this day, that is such bullshit. That was a horrible fucking idea, and whoever did that should feel ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, I can't defend 06 realistically, but
It's okay to play devil's advocate for something that gets so shit on, though.
I am definitely not gonna try, cause I just can't. I'm just gonna say I didn't have a problem with it my first go round. And now I have a problem with it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I don't know what happened. I might have just blacked out how shitty the game was. But no, I didn't have any problems. But I play it on the 360 now, and it's a garbage game.
Yeah, well,
and it's not even like public perspective. It's like legitimately shit doesn't work.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have lower. It's easier for us to like stuff when we're kids, you know. Fucking. Here's the thing. I don't want to give the developers too much of a hard time because I know most of that is Sonic Team's fault with them rushing the release. You know, Sega's fault, not Sonic Team. It's Sega's fault for like rushing the release for a Christmas sales, but like. So I don't blame that on the developers. But one thing I will blame on the people, at least the developers or whoever did the level design or whatever, is that fucking decision in that first level because that was horrible. I still remember it. That is the angriest I think a game has ever made me in my life. It's level 1 and they put this thing in that is so fucking hard to get through. Because of a design flaw. It's not because of a bugginess. It's because of a design flaw. And for the rest of the game, I give them a pass because it's not their fault. They were rushed. But that was just a bad idea.
I honestly think I'm way lighter on games because I grew up with like the Super Nintendo and NES. So like when people are like, this game doesn't work, I'm like, no, there are literally NES games that are unbeatable for normal people. So like if a game, has a minor flaw to it, I'm not gonna sit and freak out about it. Which is, which is kind of unfair because, older and harder games. But like Sonic 06 for me, Sonic 06 for me was shit. When people Sonic Adventure being like this broken, buggy game, right? I feel like you kind of have to try for some of them.
I think that some people, I think Sonic Adventure is a buggy game, but I think that people exploited it to make it look as bad as possible. Like Aaron Hansen did a review where he isn't even talking about Sonic Adventure, but he shows clips from it, and it's footage where like the character model is doing something that I've literally never seen it do before.
Well, like that's the thing is
I've played through the game at least 30 times in my life, and it's never done what he's showing in that video. So that's just him. Like he knew how to make a bug happen. He did it on purpose, and then he put it in his video to show how bad the game is. Like that's shitty.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing that's funny is
that
I haven't played the Xbox version, so I don't know if there's any real difference. But I've played like almost every version of Adventure, and the controls are like and that might just be me being a fucking Dreamcast elitist, but you know, the controls are the only minor difference, and they're not that big of a deal either. You know, like, I mean, I take that back. Of course, the fucking way the game looks is different. You know, Sonic Adventure DX decided to become shiny all of a sudden.
Yeah, DX it does look worse, but that's like non. I feel like that's. I don't
Oh,
think
it's not an
anyone's gonna
issue.
argue. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna argue that DX looks worse than the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, it's just I don't see it as that big of a deal.
Well, I mean,
Sonic Adventure one.
I'll say this much. I mean, I really want to play the Dreamcast version because I have seen the differences, and it's like, yeah, I would like that experience. But DX is the only version I know, and I like the game.
You know, if I can get my hands, because I do not own Sonic Adventure anymore on the Dreamcast, if I could get my hands on it by Too Many Games, hell, I might just bring the Dreamcast just in case they sell it at Too Many Games. But you know,
I don't have a Dreamcast. I can't.
Oh, I do.
That.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll bring one, dude. The Dream is a fucking dope ass system.
The earliest I would go back in terms of buying a game is GameCube, because I don't even have my 64 anymore, and that was a family member giving it away, which I gotta say they kind of did that while I still used it. It's not like it collected dust for 5 years and then they sold it. They sold it while I still used it, and come on. I also had like a special edition one too. I had like the freaking Hey You Pikachu 64. I don't know. That could have been worth something eventually, right?
Oh, it is worth something.
Mm-hmm.
I
They just gave it away too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe whoever got it enjoyed it, but still, I still use that. I don't know why they gave it away.
To be honest, I like going backwards with games. I don't use the traditional consoles anymore, just because save states exist, and I don't want to have to fucking, you know, redo my process just in case somebody decides to fucking trip over a controller.
Yeah.
But, like, I can see why you wouldn't want to go back any farther, but I do feel like you're doing a slight disservice because there's a lot of really good games that will never be ported because of licensing issues. So.
Yeah, the industry's annoying.
Yeah.
I just really liked I'm really happy that they're making that freaking that new Mario Party game, because that's one of the things I miss about my 64 the most. I really want them to put the fucking ice stage. I think it's called Chilly Waters from Mario Party 3, and because that map is so nostalgic for me, like the music and everything, I really want that to be one of the ones they include.
You know, I think one of the things that you should do is, and this is just me being me, I think what you should do is definitely, I know you said you wouldn't go back any farther than GameCube, but I think you should get yourself the 64 again, and get yourself an EverCard or an EverDrive or whatever those are.
How
What
much
the fuck
are
was
64s normally for?
You should get an EverDrive, Michael.
Yeah, Chris said that. What are you talking about?
I heard something like bang, like someone was opening up a can.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
something
opened up
like
my
that
drink.
was.
I opened up my drink. I didn't know you guys would be able to hear that.
Yeah, that was loud as
Discord-
fuck. Like you like snapped. It sounded like you snapped somebody's neck in mid conversation.
That was the fifth one I've opened this recording. Is that the first one you've heard?
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, Discord normally cancels that out. It's like if you clap into the microphone, Discord normally cancels that out.
So after Persona 4, I'm gonna use OVS.
OBS is good. OBS is a good program.
Yeah, you know, I just want to keep doing Bandicam just as like, it's a funny little thing right now.
It's also consistency is pretty good to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's room for improvement with your next series, but I honestly to God, as a
Say that again, Michael, because you cut out.
first recording, this is not that bad. The footage always looked nice. Oh, I said using Bandicam continues that is also good for consistency. But I gotta say, I do think that there's room for improvement with your next series. But in terms of like a first Let's Play series, you recorded this pretty well. I mean,
Well, thank
the
you.
video looked clear the entire time. The audio was kind of an issue, but never to a point where you can't understand what people are saying.
Maybe like in the beginning with me. I don't know. It's
It's been a while since I've listened to the first few episodes. We've come such a long way with this series. It's been so long.
oh, it's Sunday. How could I forget Sunday? I gotta speak with her.
Death.
Deathly. Do I
Oh,
have...
you know what I could? You know what I could check?
What?
I have that on my hard drive right now. I could. I said I checked the date of when the first episode went up, but I can check. But you know what? Never mind.
I was thinking about.
Never mind.
Thinking about dying. Just jumps in the river.
I'm gonna turn on you, Stuart. I'm gonna pull a car on you. Oh, yeah. I was talking
Anyways,
about that
though.
before. Sorry. Go
Anyways,
ahead.
you should buy yourself an EverDrive if you get a 64.
Maybe. I mean, there's emulators that let you play 64 games.
I mean, yeah, but
I like
emulators are good if you like know what you're doing.
I'm always gonna be under the like in terms of my like beliefs on this. I'm always gonna say like if you can afford to buy something, you should buy it. I think that you should pay for things that you can afford. But
That's why I bought
game
Chibi Robo
company-
for $100.
yeah, like okay, but yeah, if there's shit
no,
like
don't do
that
that.
where it's like yeah, no, here's the thing. If it's like one, the company is not making it accessible for you, or two, they're making it ridiculously expensive, you should not feel bad about doing an emulator.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
mean, you
what
shouldn't really feel. I mean, you really shouldn't feel that bad about doing an emulator to begin with. But it's just like I personally feel people should pay for things if they can.
I normally don't talk about emulators, especially not on my show. I don't count it.
Nintendo.
It's just the thing is,
Enough
Well, the
people
reason why
talk
I
about it
don't-
to where I'm not worried about it.
well, the reason why I don't talk about it is because not everybody has access or
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
wants to do it. And I think the best way for me to say is if you want to play a game like that, I think getting an EverCard or an EverDrive is a great option because you can just download all the games you want on a cartridge and then play it straight then and there, you know?
I was
It's a
listening.
great option for that.
I was listening to Sardonicast the other day, and one of the hosts, Adam, made a point that I think is a really good fucking point, where it's like if you buy a movie, it'll have that fucking piracy message on the at the beginning of it that is like threatening you. You better not pirate this. You better not make copies of this. It's like treating you like you're a fucking criminal. And if you pirate it, they cut that message out. So the only people that message should apply to are people who are pirating stuff, and they don't even fucking see it if they pirate something.
Michael,
So they could argue like, "Oh, I didn't see the message; it wasn't there." But
Michael?
like, what?
would you download a car?
Yeah, if I could get away with it, like if I wasn't going to get in legal trouble, yeah, that'd be so convenient.
I'm sorry, that was like a stupid advertisement they used to do.
I know.
You wouldn't download a car.
I know that one. Yeah,
Hey,
No, I
you wouldn't
fucking
download
would.
a sandwich if you were starving, would you?
Fuck yeah, I would. I mean, look,
I fucking hate, I don't know, like I hate anti-piracy measures where it will literally affect someone who paid for something. There's
You
so
know-
many websites that will say I do not have ad blocker. I've never had ad blocker. And I have so many websites where I'll go on and it says disable your ad blocker or else you can't continue to read this. And it's like, I don't have fucking ad blocker on. You have something on your website, like something, you're reading something else on my computer. You're misreading it as fucking ad block and you're affecting me because of that. I should get fucking ad block because this shit's going to happen either way, you fucking asshole.
damn. I didn't think you'd
These
get so
people can
heated.
go, these people can go fuck themselves. Like the anti-piracy, they are like, it's gonna, and I've said this before, I've preached this before. It's about to go right the fuck back up as it became a huge issue. Streaming services came out, it got better. Now there's 58 million streaming services, so piracy is making a comeback, baby. It's your fucking fault because you're too stupid to realize why it happened in the first place. You fucking morons.
Hey everybody, welcome to Couch Co-op, the show where we talk
I'll
just
calm
bad
down.
shit about other things.
I'll calm down now.
I will.
That's my
I
rant.
will. You have to come back for couch co-op. I wanna see what this one.
Yeah.
I wanna hear more about this.
It's
Um,
like I try to follow the rules, and I don't get, I'm not going to give shit to people who don't. It's fine.
I look
You know,
both ways when I cross the street as well.
when my gun
you-
isn't being used, it's
if you
in
ever-
safety and
if
in
you
reach
ever-
of my child.
If you've ever pirated a movie or emulated a game, I don't think you're a monster. This isn't moral superiority here, but just me personally, I generally follow the rules, and I still get fucking punished for it. So why the fuck don't I pirate shit? Why the fuck don't I
Well-
emulate games?
So here's the thing with games, right? Is that I feel like the thing is just I am willing to pay for
Yeah.
games, right?
Yeah,
my
same.
problem is like Nintendo is my biggest fucking bitch because they go, hey, let's release Fire Emblem. Cool, you're releasing Shadow Dragon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna actually, are you gonna keep it up? No. Are you gonna release the better version of it? Absolutely not. You can get the NES version. So then my point is just fucking pirate it. Just do it. Especially since Shadow Dragon has been translated a long time ago. Just don't give them money. Fuck it. Because I'm sorry, I mean, if you like Shadow Dragon, that's cool for the Famicom, but it's been translated since I was like in middle school.
What was
Just
that
use
one?
version.
I enjoyed it.
What was that one article of that kid from a different country who made his own like Game Boy or something? Maybe it was his own DS.
Probably.
Something along those lines, and that was real. But then there was a joke article saying Nintendo, kid who this is just a poor kid who was he was like good enough with technology to where he was able to make his own video game console based off like Nintendo shit.
Yes.
And
It was even more
and there was a fake article that came out saying Nintendo sent a cease and dismiss and sued him for $20 million.
They probably would do that, to be honest with you.
I read that article, and my initial reaction was, "This is probably fake," but I am
And
gonna
then-
look up if it was fake.
And then you realize Nintendo's shitty enough to do that.
I don't think that
By the
seems
way,
a bit seems a bit extreme for them, but I did look up if it was real. So I felt a
Homie-
little stupid for doing so, but I
Homie,
did look up
Michael-
if it was real.
Michael, they send cease and desist letters to people that do emulators all the time.
I know, but this was just kind of like
I made myself
clearly it was supposed to be like a warm, wholesome story. So if Nintendo did that, it would look really bad.
They also
They don't give a
technically
shit.
they also technically still fuck with people that are still
Yeah.
owing that they sued. I think it was like years ago during like Wind Waker, one of the guys that's currently that's sued and has to keep paying Nintendo money. They sent him a fucking Wind Waker Ganondorf figurine.
Yeah.
Leave it to me.
partner. That has a nice ring.
Hey, you owe us millions of dollars, but here's a figurine.
We should open our
Yeah.
own detective agency.
Eh.
Well, I love how they're suing. They sued this one dude, and they're he cannot pay the money,
The
right?
title of
And then they're taking him to court again recently.
I thought I had no other aspects
So, like-
apart from detective self.
Get fucked.
Sega doesn't do what Nintendo does.
Well, Sega
Because
also.
Sega is pretty used to be real hard asses about it, but apparently they're pretty cool with
Okay.
Sonic and
Okay,
games
so
and
let
all
me-
and shit.
Let me be real with you for a minute, okay? Sega's a bitch, and I'm gonna call Sega a bitch because Sega doesn't do shit anymore. Like Sega just does
like
Sonic
that they do.
and see. No, fuck that. I would love it if Sega did more shit, like another Jet Set Radio, an actually good Golden Axe game, an actual good Shinobi game.
But yeah,
Like-
I'm not
Put
talking.
'em
I'm
in
not talking
Monkey
about that. I'm
Ball,
talking about.
Chris.
Yeah.
like-
They do Monkey
I
Ball.
know what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
talking.
sorry.
Put them in Monkey
That's not what
Ball.
That's not what I meant.
Beat
What I
in
meant.
Monkey Ball.
I said I'm glad that they don't fucking sue people who try to sue people or send cease and desist to people who do fan games. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
I mean, if they did, it would. I mean, really, they can't because if they did, it'd be stupid because that's all they do.
Yeah, they
I-
don't have a lot of shit. So
Like, I'm getting really fucking sick of game developers not releasing more shit.
When I'm
Nintendo shows a weird. They kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? They're
Are
kind of
bitches.
creating a double standard. Well, they're kind of creating a double standard because they pay so
Say that again, Michael.
But-
You just died.
much respect to Toby Fox by like
Michael, you're cutting out from me. I'm
putting his
sorry.
games on the Switch.
Okay. Well, we're gonna act like Michael is alive.
We'll act like we heard that.
Yeah.
He just said shot and then bounced. Shot.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, so what I was saying is they've kind of created this weird double standard with Toby Fox, and I'm happy that they treat Toby Fox so well. His character has like a skin in Smash Bros. For the Mii's. He has that has Megalovania in there. His games will be imported to the Switch, including the new one that's coming out. But he started off making fan games or emulations of the Earthbound series, so like that's the kind of thing that they're discouraging. They have Toby Fox on their side now, but they discouraged the very thing that led him to making the thing that they want now.
Yeah, like they took down AM2R. They put a cease and desist for Metroid Prime 2D, Zelda Ocarina of Time 2D. Like this shit's stuff that if they did, or if they worked with these people on, I would fucking buy. But
Yeah,
And
working with
also,
Toby
like-
Fox was absolutely the right move.
And Nintendo like totally fucking drops IPs, and their like philosophy is kind of stupid. Of where they're like, oh, we have to be a trendsetter for it to exist. Man, I just want an F-Zero game, dude. I want a Star Fox game that doesn't suck ass.
But what could we do different? What could we do? And then you ask Call of Duty, they're like, eh.
They don't realize that they've probably, they potentially destroyed like having another Toby Fox. Someone that they really want to get on their side.
Yeah, they did.
With what they do. And granted, Toby Fox, the thing that, he kind of took the right attitude, like despite shit like that happening, he kept going and made his own thing. I definitely think that doing a fan game should be a start, and then you should move on to something original. But if you work so hard on something and then just it's all taken away from you within a second, that might, that could be pretty fucking heartbreaking.
Well, the thing that sucks about it is that they're afraid it's gonna hurt the IP, but like it won't, and nor will it ever. Like back when Metroid: Samus Returns comes out, right? They axed AM2R, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like AM2R was really gonna compete with the actual fucking game.
Because it was that good.
Do you know how many games exist just because like fans of a series get fed up with someone else's shit? Like Stardew
mean like
Valley
that?
is a reaction to which one?
Axiom Verge.
I don't know that story,
It's-
but
it's a
I think
Metroidvania
that's a good
game.
example.
It's a Metroidvania game, and Metroid took so goddamn long to come out for a 2D one that they just made their own kind of weird ass
Yeah.
Metroidvania. So
The same thing with like Bloodstained.
yeah,
Yeah. What I was gonna say is like Stardew Valley was a reaction to people not liking the new Harvest Moon games.
'cause they suck.
Ukulele was a reaction. Yeah, Ukulele was a reaction to what Rare was doing with their mascots.
I think that Pokemon inspired Teppen. Am I right on that, Chris? Teppen? No?
I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sonic
Hold on.
was the only one that had
You probably
enough
are
common
100%
sense, and to be
correct, I
fair, it's
don't
because of
remember.
their
There was also like a Pokemon inspired game, but like with
Schoolhouse,
guns in it
man.
Sonic
too.
was only
And you could
almost
ensnare
enough
Yes,
common
yeah.
sense, and to be
Yeah.
fair,
The world.
You're correct. Yes. With Teppen, yes.
what I was gonna say is that Sonic and they were the only ones with enough common sense, and to be fair, they had enough common sense when they fucking needed to because they kept fucking up. To make Mania, like would just say, okay, fans, take over for us.
Like even before Mania, what the fuck was that game? Freedom Planet is an example of Sega being cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Freedom Planet is
Sega's
really like
cool now.
Yeah. Oh no,
Um,
there actually is one thing that they'll still block.
what's that?
I don't know honestly, but there's a video game.
I
that
don't
you
know.
cannot talk
They'll
about.
do it. They'll do it.
No, like the game is completely scrubbed from the internet. Like if you upload anything about it, they're like, no. Like you can look it up. It's like Sega's lost game or whatever. But like you upload anything about it, and Sega's like, yeah, no. Like,
You know what's
copyright
another
system
one
just blocks it.
that I just started playing? Sorry, go ahead.
Which is kind of funny to me because if I was a game developer, I'd do that. If I didn't like the game.
So,
Anyways, go for it.
No, I have not played anything past Thousand Year Door, so I'm no disrespect until I play the games. But someone got so frustrated with the Paper Mario series that they made Bug Fables, which was something to recreate the feel of the old Paper Mario games. And I currently am not playing it because it's on my old laptop, which is being repaired right now. But I made it like 3 chapters in, and I'm having a blast with that game. It's so charming. It's so fucking charming.
I'm about to give you some advice. Don't play the other games. They're not worth it.
What about Super Paper Mario? People like that one.
Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, yeah.
Sticker Star people don't like. Color Splash a couple people like, and I actually hear good things about Origami King.
Yeah, Origami King's alright.
Origami King seems like it's still different direction, but I saw Donkey's video on it, and it looked fun. It doesn't look like it's the same thing, but it looked fun.
And I mean, once again, if you like that kind of game, that's fine. It's just when you play it, there's no real point to battling.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real point to like. You can literally just kind of float through the game.
Yeah.
I just get frustrated when I think about Origami King and the director.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what made it worse for me, is that I'm kind of just more mad at the director than I am actually at Origami King.
What'd he do?
You want to go for it, Stuart, or you want me to bitch?
I guess I could go first. It's just like he came out with like a lot of interviews about how you can correct me if I'm wrong with this, Chris, but like he listened to all the feedback from like Color Splash and just didn't care at all.
He's right. You're right.
They wanted to do their own thing. Like every single Paper Mario game, he doesn't want the same mechanics. I think he was the same guy that talked about the Metroid Prime Federation Force and had like a 5-minute video telling everybody to stop bitching about it, basically. And something about the restrictions in Origami King, like he had to go through like a lot of management to make original characters. I think I'm getting that right.
He was fed up with making original characters.
So that's why we had like a shit ton of Toads, which
yeah.
I played and beaten Sticker Star, which, holy shit.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed some of the music, but the more I realized I could just not battle, and like all the bosses, I just had to go farm for the, what do you call it, the things.
Yeah.
It was shit. Even that that crown thing where she was giving her like tear-jerking speech. I'm like, I don't fucking know who you are.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking these games. If you like them, that's perfectly fine. It's just the creator is such an... Sorry. The director's kind of an ass about it because he was like, well, it takes
Say that again, Chris.
too much effort to make new characters, and I am sorry. He was like, oh, it takes too much effort to make new characters. And I'm like, that's your fucking job, though.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I don't like... He blatantly is like, I don't like RPG mechanics. And then he puts a fucking complicated-ass puzzle attack thing. Like, you didn't need to do it. You don't need coins. The world gives you a whole bunch of coins in Origami King. So there's no reason to fight. You just literally can walk past the enemies. The boss battles are just puzzles. The battle mechanic is fine, but there's no reason to do it. You don't get anything from it. And I mean, hell, even the items are useless. One of my friends beat the game with items. So, like, You know,
I
like it has a really good sense of humor,
mhm.
and if you if you played Thousand Year Door, right, and you liked it, you're gonna feel like there's a lot lacking.
There's a really cute reference in Bug Fables to Thousand Year Door, where I'm going to say what it is, but if you haven't played Thousand Year Door, you won't know the significance, so it's not a spoiler. But like in the first dungeon of Bug Fables, like the thing, they go to the last room and the treasure is a mushroom, and then one of the characters is like, "Is that it? What the fuck?"
Yeah,
And I like that.
I mean, Thousand Year Door
is very charming. I played it. I did not complete it. I will once I get my old laptop back. My new one, I should say. I'm on my old one.
Yeah,
I was very charmed by the world and very charmed by the characters, and it is a, in terms of mechanics, it's a blatant ripoff of Paper Mario, but it's doing that on purpose since they won't make another fucking Paper Mario game. And it's a solid Paper Mario game. Go ahead, sorry.
I would argue that the mechanics are a little bit different due to the fact that the way the characters themselves play do not follow.
It's a little different for sure. They picked things to stand out. When I say it's a blatant ripoff, you can don't take that as an insult. Maybe there's a nicer way to say it. Taken a lot of elements, but I love it. Like I have no complaints. I like what they're taking from the game, but they also threw in their own. Yeah, they threw in their own things. Like one of the big things is you have your entire party at the beginning of the game.
I just kind of like that happened. Yeah, that happens in a lot of RPGs.
I like that. I like kind of having characters slowly join too, but I'm completely for a game that just gives you your party and lets you get used to using them.
Yeah. See, the thing was with Paper Mario and me is the reason why I'm not like the guy that'll jack off Paper Mario is because I grew up with Mario RPG.
I never played it.
It's beautiful. And that might just be me. I like more traditional RPGs. And
people adore Mario RPG. I've heard about it a lot.
Oh, they do. I just don't know if
good game.
I don't know if you personally would be able to go backwards and play it. I would hope you would.
It might be hard. I'm having a hard time with Final Fantasy, you know?
The thing is with older RPGs is that either you have to just admit the fact that you don't like them anymore, like you don't like them, that's it, or you have to kind of give them the time that they need, you know?
I mean, I had an issue of like the first Paper Mario game for the 64, even that one was like a little hard for me to get through, and I didn't. I made it like halfway through and quit. I don't know. I think it's a me thing. Paper Mario, not a bad game. Final Fantasy VII, not a bad game. I think it's a me thing. I want to like them, but I'm just going through and I'm just not.
The thing is with it is that you kind of have to let it live, let it breathe, is the way I put it. You should kind of let yourself enjoy it. Take a day and be like, hey, look, I'm going to play this to this point. And if you don't like it at this point, that's it, you know? Paper Mario 1 is one of those games that's very dry in comparison to Thousand Year Door.
Yeah,
Thousand Year Door is a superior game, so it's kind of hard to go backwards, you know?
Yeah, Thousand Year Door has characters that I can tell you exactly who they are, every single one of them. 64. I'm so hungry that I can't. Oh, get her a red goldfish. I'm so hungry. I'm repeating what she said now. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so I can tell you anything about any character in Mario 64 and in Mario Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario 64. The rich ghost. What was her name again? Boobella.
Yeah.
I can tell you about her. That's it. The rest of them, Goombario too, but the rest of them just join. There's one that delivers mail, and he joins. She says, "Oh, you found my letter. Thanks. I'm part of your party now." Oh, there's this blue turtle. Oh, you walked into my house. I'm part of your party now. This pink bomb mom. Oh, you're in jail cells me right now. I'm part of your party now. It's just you know nothing about them. Yeah, they just join you, it's not a bad game because of that. That's just the characters were weaker, but oh my god, every single character in Thousand Year Door I can tell you something about.
Yeah.
I love every single one of them dearly.
And to be fair here, when was the last? Like the biggest thing with RPGs is when was the last time you played Thousand Year Door?
1,000 years
Probably.
ago.
It's been a while. It's been a while because I haven't had access to my GameCube in a while, but I've beaten it like 3 times, and I liked it all 3 times.
The thing is, if you have more time for an RPG, right, or if you give more time to it, or have more time, that's when it resonates more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not, like, rushing to do, like, normally, because as an adult, you have, like, hundreds of things to do. So it's very hard to sit down and just enjoy a game like that, because games like this take 80 hours to...
That is a fair point. I would spend entire days playing like Thousand Year Door. Like, I wouldn't put it down.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I've learned is with Nostalgia Goggles, sorry about talking about my shit, but with
No
Dragon
problem.
Quest 1, right? With Dragon Quest 1, that game, I feel like, it's a really, really good game, right?
Uh-huh.
But I can honestly not recommend it to any of you. Because it's such a fucking it's such a fucking involved game.
Yeah. 11 kind of like immediately got me with its music and visuals, but it was still taking me a little while to get into it, but the scene that got me was really early into the game. The scene where I was like, oh my god, I love this game, is when you go back to your town for the first time after meeting Eric, and then it's just a mix of emotions like, oh, your mom doesn't recognize you and yells at you to get out. Then you go down and see a younger version of yourself. Then you talk to your dead grandpa. It's just such like, there's so many emotions going on during that scene. I was just like, oh my god, I fucking love this game.
To be honest, the Dragon Quest series, most of the time, has heart. You know?
Yeah, 11 had a ton of heart. I fucking loved 11 so much, man.
There's only like 2 games that I can think of in the Dragon Quest series that I can say that was weird, I guess. Was odd, you know?
Which one?
7.
Hmm.
Because nobody played 7.
I played 7.
You did, I'm sorry.
Was it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed
I liked it. I liked it. I just don't know anybody that played 7, so...
Am I nobody
the
to you
one.
now? Fuck you, Chris.
I mean, yeah. I'm
Hell
very
yeah.
happy.
Everybody's leveling up.
I mean,
guess this
I'm
is
not
a-
gonna lie to you. I respect you 100% more than I respect
this
Michael now that you
fucking-
played 7.
Oh my god.
I've only
This
played
is actually
11.
this is actually the first time I'm seeing this
Really?
Persona. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember looking this up, and I thought I got something completely different. What the fuck is this? What is that? What is that fucking circle dish, that plate on his head?
I don't know. And Dragon Quest 9 is the other one that's weird.
Oh, I love this. That's a good moment between those two.
It sure is. Did he
I've been
level up
I've been-
again? Oh, you maxed
I've
out.
been reading, by the way. I know about all the shit going on with Mary and Naoto's, like with her social link, you got her all the way up, and now we got Kanji all the way up. I've been reading.
I was gonna
I know
talk
we're not
over
really
that, but you
commenting on the
guys
game.
were in a deep conversation that, with
Sorry.
me, it would have destroyed the flow. I was gonna say earlier that Naoto finally accepted herself as a woman,
Yep.
and she destroyed the SJWs.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not against there being a trans character in Persona, but that's just blatantly not what Naoto is.
Yeah, I still see people talking about it, saying how like her story was shit because they copped out, and it's like, no, it was never about that.
Well, yeah. No, everybody has to connect with you know? You can, like...
You, Stuart! Fuck you!
Okay.
I'm not saying
whoa.
I'm just saying, like...
Hey, hold on, Michael. Are you trying to tell us something, Stuart?
I'm fine with people reading into things however they want to. If it connects with them in a certain way, if they connect it to their personality, that's fine. But if you get angry that it doesn't, then that's not, that you can't. Like, that there's other people in the world who have their own experiences.
Can I be kind of an asshole here for a minute?
Go ahead.
The whole transgender thing, it does exist in Japan, but it's not as prevalent as America.
Mm-hmm.
especially when this game came out. So to expect it
Yeah.
to cater to that is kind of wrong.
Well, also it shouldn't cater; it should be genuine. So, yeah, no.
I mean,
If they did like a trans character in Persona, I think that'd be cool. Yeah, that's a thing you can talk about. But if they don't, you can't get mad at them for not doing that. There's other things that you can comment on.
Wait till we get to 5 then. Chris knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, we're gonna do 5.
Whatever. I'll do Royal.
I was about to say we should do Royal.
But
No, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
It's just
like it's
the problem with Japan. Well, not the problem. The thing is with Japan is that a lot of people that like anime don't realize how much they're not with what they're not on the same level of shit that America's at.
well, yeah, every country is different.
So like, yeah, they're accepting, well, not debatably, of gay people, but transgender is kind of a thing that I don't think they're like. You know, it's not a thing. It doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know how to put it.
I brought this conversation up.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, just to defend if anybody watches this and decides to go, oh my god, they used SJW. No, that's just how it is. It's not a thing there. It's not a big, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
As I get canceled.
I mean, I don't think anyone said anything worth getting canceled in this. It's just like
No, it's just people
Oh,
want there to be
surprised.
something that it's not.
yeah, it's okay. I think it's I know people it happens over silly shit, but it's just like I don't if they did that I wouldn't like give I would yeah, that's fine, do that. Like if you want to tell that story, but if it's not that story, I don't think you can get mad at someone for not being on the same page as you, because there's other people with other experiences and they want to express it. If you're not transgendered or you have no experience of that, then I mean, I don't know if you can really tell a deep story about that. You can have a trans character if you're not transgendered in your thing, but like if you're going to write personally about that experience, you can't write it if you're not trans. So you're getting angry at someone for not being something you are at that point.
I feel like the thing is that that's an excuse that we give. I feel like a strong writer can write anything, but
I think it should be personal. I mean, I think I don't know. Like I feel like if I wanted to write a gay character, I could write a gay character even though I'm straight. But I don't think I could write a gay character and go into like the details of what it's like because I don't know what it's like.
I mean, it's not like that big of a deal.
How fitting we're talking about this with Teddy.
Yeah.
Saying smoochy smoochy. Give them all you got.
Oh
What
God.
the fuck?
Okay.
Oh shit.
Gee. Anyways, I think that a strong writer can write this kind of shit as long as you're empathetic enough.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's easy to say you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. As long as you're not like running off of stereotypes, you're good, I feel.
Okay, fair enough.
Because like, yeah, you can't 100% understand the experience, but at the same time, if you're empathetic enough, you can fucking totally.
Yeah, you could also like listen to people as you're writing something. You know, you like
Yeah.
like reach out to someone, say, hey, you know, how is this? Get some notes.
It's a bear hug. I can do that. My heart's beating
We're really hitting on Teddy right now.
We need to stop.
being swept away.
Dojima come.
Maybe.
Oh,
How are you two doing?
I forgot that he comes home.
Dojima fucking kills both of you.
Dojima would be against this.
I'm home.
What were you two doing? She also has a smoke and like a jacket behind her shoulder.
She whispers, "Come back alive."
She has a cigarette in her mouth. What the hell are you two doing? The hospital changed me.
But yeah, no, I feel like if you're a stronger writer, you can do whatever the fuck you want, as long as you're not an asshole about it.
Yeah.
The experiences are, yes, relatable, but, you know.
Look, we bought sushi, and it says premium on the package.
I mean, I think that's fair enough.
I mean, let's be real here. Fucking SpongeBob exists, but nobody's a fucking sponge.
Or a Bob.
I was able to say hello. I guess
You're going home already?
now that you're home, Sensei won't be lonely anymore, so...
Dojima's like,
Also-
goodbye.
Plus,
Leave.
So he just tried to kiss me.
remember?
Yep, you're not.
It's like Yeek with Rory.
Too late for that. Get the fuck out of here.
Kojima, did some gay shit happen?
No! Leave my house!
Jima's like, no,
I
I
was
want to
so-
know what you two are doing right now.
I would so love it if Nanako was just mean and like, leave.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
You're not
Grabs him by
welcome to have my sushi!
Collar.
Pops, I'm such a lucky bear.
Why does he keep saying that? Like that's like they don't know he's a bear.
Wow, it's shinier than usual.
Because it's a JPEG.
Damn.
Those yellow pieces of sushi always looked really good to me. I've never had one of those.
They're not even eating it.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Let them pretend, Stuart.
Bro, I love
It's plastic.
It's the display model.
That's all that Dojima feeds them. But he has pretend food. Nanako gets taken away by Child Protective Services.
Maybe we should have split it into separate portions.
Is it time to end an episode? I mean, maybe not in the middle of dialogue, but after this.
So good. So
Yeah. Did he just eat the
We've been
wasabi?
recording for like an hour. Probably. After dinner, Teddy will get some.
Yeah, Teddy just whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Teddy just fucking whoa.